Come on, you guys. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. One more game. One more result against Nottingham Forest. And finally, we find ourselves back in the Champions League. Oh, my lord. This game, man, was a game of two halves. So cliche to say. Mixed emotions after that first half performance. I'm sure I wasn't the only one. I'm sure all you guys were feeling maybe a little hopeless, a little disappointed. This feeling of, yo, for the like 10th time in a row, are we going to bottle this against a United team that are preparing to get in the CL themselves by giving everything they have against Tottenham on Wednesday? Like, surely we aren't going to be in a position where we don't get a result at home tonight. Oh, the team had us scared at times. I'm not going to lie. That first half performance too, there was some negatives there. We rolled our luck at times. Thank Lords that Maguire was offside with that header. If United score the first goal, I think the result today is completely different. Completely different. But I have to say, outside of that difficult first half where we didn't create too much, we allowed United to have way too much possession. We allowed the wing-backs to get forward way too much at times. You know, I have to give credit to the team. They finally sorted themselves out in the final 50 minutes of that first half. And in the second half, we saw a completely different team. And you guys want to know the big difference behind why we was able to actually compete and come back in that second half? Bro, one simple thing. And that was simply we push our lines further up. We push our defensive line higher up. Did you notice how many times in that second half our defensive line was at the halfway line? By having our defensive line that high up, it allowed the team to press higher. So what details did you notice? You noticed that we were constantly pinning back United's wingbacks. When you play against a wingback setup, you have to limit the opposition's wingbacks. We know this as Chelsea fans. We've seen what life was like under Antonio Conte, where if teams stopped the wingbacks getting forward, we were kind of done and we had no solutions. We know what you have to do in these moments. So this was the bonus we needed. Was the occasion maybe a bit too much for the players? I think teams have sussed out now that we start games a bit too slow. That's a detail that has to be worked upon. It must be improved upon, hopefully from next season forward or in the Club World Cup, because if teams are sussing that you have to out-intensify us in those opening minutes, obviously this is a weakness. We don't want to be giving these teams a free. Let's keep it real. So by pushing our defensive line up, it allowed the team to start closing down the wingbacks getting forward. You start to notice Moses Caicedo turning into N'Golo Kante's guardian again or whatever by constantly just pinning back their midfield, constantly counter-pressing. Every time United tried to play out from the back, they just couldn't do it. The play was getting disrupted time and time again. And this was the big thing we lacked in the first half because we gave too much respect to Man United. We tried to play them on the break, but there wasn't enough in our game because United had enough defensive cover to deal with those types of threats that we was producing out wide. So credit to the team for having the mental strength to come back, to keep pushing on, to be aggressive. And you just saw the type of Chelsea team that we want to see. This is the type of Chelsea team we're going to have to be in the Champions League, yeah? I know some of us was thinking, yo, Nini, that first half performance, oh, you know, why are we even fighting for the seal if this is the best we can produce against a United team that are cooked and absolutely finished and fried this season? Like, what are we putting all this effort into when this is the best we can show for it? Listen, I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't feeling that type of rhetoric at times in this game, but you guys know I got to think about the future. I'm always hoping for the results. I'm hoping that we do better. I know the team we can become if we secure CL, have a bit more fun to play with, hopefully just sign a few more finish articles to this team, and the whole situation changes up because, my lord, some of the players we have deserve to be playing Champions League football. We have to see the other perspective. Reece James, Cucurella, Moses Caicedo, Cole Palmer, yeah? Many players in this squad. Are you telling me that these guys should not be displaying their talents to the whole world to see in the Champions League? Let's keep it real because these guys, you know, are football leaders on the field. They stepped up when it matters. They're the ones who helped us get this result today. And it culminated in the best move of the entire game by far, and that was the match winning goal. Yeah. Finally, for the first time, we were seeing fast, pacey attacks. We were seeing the ball getting switched from left to right, switch balls being played, not passing it short, not forcing passes in the middle. Yeah. It was too quick for Man United to cope. The ball finds itself to Pedro now, who plays it back inside to Reece James. Reece James acts like he's about to go inside with the ball again, but all of a sudden, my guy drops the dirtiest BERBA spin I've seen in God knows how long. Completely spins Ugarte. It spun all of us. None of us saw that coming at all watching the game. Yeah, don't lie to yourself. And to top it all off, because this guy is absolutely a world-class player who once upon a time had Benzema and Vinicius Jr. shaking their heads in disbelief, asking around to find out who the hell they just played against. This Reece James plays the ball of the season inside to, my lords, my lord, one of the players who had such a tough start to life at this football club. At times I had some criticisms, they were valid. And he was the player that made me realize, you know what? Just because you see a player at one stage, don't always get too carried away yourself and think that this is all they're going to be. Yeah. This is something I'm even like flipping, like trying to use in my life now to try and just have that perspective going and keep that as a principle. But I don't even know how this guy's got me talking deep like this. But Mark Cucurella, the embodiment of clutchness. Like he is the perfect embodiment of our season, to be honest with you. Produces a world-class header that would have made Didier Drogba weep, man. Oh, beautiful ball in the box. Beautiful header away. Our fullbacks, man. It's absolutely crazy that we become a team reliant on the fullbacks producing this quality. But I guess when you got fullbacks this good, right, can you blame Maresca for thinking, you know what? This inverted thing might be the future, because Reece James, Cucurella, they're complete players. Did you even see Cucurella doing shifts up front as well? I mean, we've been saying the whole season, the guy moves like he's a striker anyway, right? I mean, he's the only one who makes those runs in front of defenses, runs to the near post, timing his arrivals inside the box, clutch goals outside the box, his headers as well. It's like his third headed goal this season. I can see why we just spam these crosses for fun and pray to God when you have someone like Mark Cucurella who can connect to it, because, wow, peeling off into the space at the back post. And that type of header is just like football ecstasy, right? Like that is the header. That is the clear header to score from. And yeah, the moment that ball went in, I felt like, you know what? I think I've just seen the winning goal, because the amount of desire and work rate, the shift they put in, the team today was like, we are not blowing this now. Yeah, it's impossible. We aren't blowing it. I was seeing great things on the field. I was seeing Cole Palmer every time, let's say, he just lost out on a challenge. He's looking around hoping one of his teammates was going to be backing him, was going to be there. He's pointing them up, close them down and get there. That's how these guys was encouraging each other on the field today. It was actually beautiful to see as the game was ending. And when I see all these positive signs, listen, we're a team that can't do it perfect from like the first minute to the last minute, but we can't act like we're a team that can't figure it out eventually, that can't get there, that can't get it right. Not when you have players like this who step up in their matters. Not when we have a young team full of potential. Not when we have this promise on the horizon, yeah? Like, even though I've felt the frustration we all have, there's a reason why my hope for the club and the team just won't die. I've not ever reached a cynical stage just yet, like I felt in other seasons. Not this season. And today was a reminder that, listen, when push comes to shove, yeah, we can produce a mature performance. We can win a game based on the result over having to play our best football. The players can put the shift in. They can take a battering. They can take fouls. Yeah, they can give fouls. This is positive stuff to see. And it's why I'm hoping that from the summer window now, we just get the few finishing pieces this team needs to start unlocking a few more weapons. A striker that gives us an incredible platform for crossing. Another dribbler in the team to create more dynamic havoc and danger. Little details like that, and just a few backup positions for key positions like left back and that's it, really. I don't think it's a window where you need to see 6 or 7 men coming through at all. There is enough here right now. Hopefully, we get it done in time for the Club World Cup because there is no proper preseason. And hopefully, we do things right, man. And yeah, tonight was about the result. We were seeing Aston Villa. Obviously, they were going to beat Spurs. I was saying in my preview, they're the dark horses for a reason. They are the team that has the perfect platform to get one of the Champions League spots because they're playing one of the finalists of the mid-off next week, and they'll be playing one of the losers of the finalists afterwards, which is like the perfect time to play against Spurs or Man United. So I'm guaranteeing they're going to win both their games, which means that we must win both of ours, and we must get the result against Nottingham Forest. And I think there could be enough in this team, yeah. I think there's enough in this team mentality-wise, hunger-wise, desire-wise, the crucial aspects that was needed for the result today. There's enough in these intangible things to get the result against the Nottingham Forest. Yeah, man. What's there to say to wrap this review up right now? Tyreek George put in a good shift. I thought he was very unlucky not to get us the penalty with the run that he made. But it's hard to be a striker in the system sometimes because you get left kind of isolated. Let's keep it real. A few pen scares as well against us. Rightfully, the referee was on point today. I didn't have many complaints about this guy whatsoever, to be honest with you. Reece James, again, if you ask me, player of the match is between Reece and Cucurella. I'd probably edge it out to Reece. I just think that even though Cucurella was also superb, it was his moment of magic which produced something from nothing. And that incredible shot, the Roberto Carlos type of half volley from outside the box, that deserved to go in. The way he took that damage to his knee, but still kept playing on. I mean, look at the way the team reacted at the end, man. Look at the reactions from the boys. But I saw Colwell throwing his arms up to the fans, getting them, you flipping old fools. Come on, get up, celebrate, spur us on. That's what you want to see. Reece James too, embracing Enzo Fernandez near the end. I mean, I give a lot of praise to the team. I wish I could have given more praise to Colwell. I'll do that for